Hey, this is Wade. Excuse me. Um, it's in the middle of the winter, as you could tell behind me. There's no leaves on the trees or even on the poison ivy. I just wanted to brag on my two sons for a minute. I have two of the toughest little boys that you can ever ask for. Sorry, I'm just really tired. I had a heck of a day at work today. But I have to say, I've made my boys tough from the time they were babies to the time now. One's 7, almost 8, and one's 4, almost 5. And, but I have to say that with my raising them the way I have, being rough, being daddy, wrestling with them ever since they was like just a few months old, and taking them out in the woods and just teaching them about nature, teaching them how to hunt, teaching them how to fish, teaching them how to be boys. Shoot far. I stood around with them at the toilet and taught them how to pee, for crying out loud. I stood out in the yard and out behind trees and taught them how to be boys. And my boys are something special. I couldn't ask for two better boys in this world. Very respectful. If we go down to Ingles or to Walmart or somewhere, I've seen my boys purposely, when I take them out to eat, I've seen my boys hold doors for little old women and little old men. And that makes me proud. So proud. And they'll, if we're walking through the grocery store or somewhere, they will say, "Excuse me, ma'am," or "Excuse me, sir." And that makes me very proud. And of course, they are at that age, even now, even my kids, when they say, "Hey, look," when they want a new toy, or they want a sucker, or they want something, candy or something, they'll still beg me for it. And when I say no, they'll say, "Aw, Daddy, why?" And I'll just tell them I don't have the money or something, and most of the time I don't. But I want to brag on them because I've never seen none of my kids pitch a fit. I mean, of course, they've tried it and they don't. And it's because I use discipline. Now, I'll bust some butts if I have to. I'll raise my voice if I have to. But I have to say that I want to brag on my two little boys, because the main thing I want to brag on them about today is something that I've never done in my life, and my two little ones are not doing it either, and it makes me very proud. Both of my little boys have friends who are disabled, either mentally or physically, and maybe sometimes they don't know how to play with them. My little boy's cousin, which would be their third cousin, my second cousin, is disabled and in a wheelchair. But you got to understand that my little boys have never bullied anybody that's disabled, mentally or physically. They make friends with them. And my little boys ain't afraid to stomp your little boys into the earth if your little boys pick on somebody who's disabled, and they befriend them, and they love them, and they take care of them. Sometimes they don't understand them, and that's fine, that's fair, because like I said, one is 7, one is 4. But they love them. And to me, that makes me a proud daddy. That's just one of the qualities that I have put into my boys that makes me so proud to be their daddy, is because they will not pick on somebody weaker than they are, but instead they'll be their friend, they'll love them, they'll play with them, and they'll stand up for them. So to Aiden and Austin, Aiden 7 years old, almost 8. Austin 4-year-old, almost 5. I have to give a shout out to my babies. You make me very proud. You make me very proud.